This video demonstrate how to get more friends. I'll reveal to you the key to acquiring better at communicating with others, so let's get started with that. You must realize that you did not develop social impairment from birth. Because humans are such a highly sociable creature. For example, you can take a baby and put it in a group, him or her in a room full of individuals, and eventually they will learn to speak. No one needs to approach the infant and comment based just on observation. Talk to the people and carry on with your everyday routines. Pure observation is the only method of language learning, and this is because when it comes to recognizing patterns and rules, the human brain is actually very good. If you think about it, language is really just a tool for social relationships. It's about patterns and rules, not you. Your lack of social skills stems from the fact that you were born with social impairment. You haven't given your brain enough time to notice, which is absolutely amazing. You need to learn all the patterns and norms, interact with people, and become fluent in them. Practice, and most of the time, it's not your fault. Because, if you stop to about it, the majority of our time in current times is spent connecting with one another via screens, and it has only gotten worse. Every generation becomes worse and worse, therefore I didn't acquire a smartphone till I was over 20 years old, but today's youth typically acquire their first smartphone. We all know that it doesn't require much skill or effort before they're even 10, so practice accepting friend requests and sending typed messages to others. And emoticons to connect with one another, but this is very, very different from actually speaking with someone in person. When you text, there many tiny elements that are absent, several tiny patterns, as well as guidelines that your brain is unable to detect regarding the other person. For a few examples would be their nationality, pace, facial expressions, body language. All of these components, discussion proximity, eye contact, pay attention to when speaking to someone in person. If you wish to create friends but none of these things are present, when you send a text or message to a person utilizing your magic little rectangle, the reason why speaking to someone in person is like speaking an entirely different language. Why you're uncomfortable meeting new people because your social skills aren't that great. Simply because you haven't been given your brain enough time to process new information. Despite only having a basic understanding of this language, you can easily text. The key to improving communication skills or any other skill is to attend school. The only way to improve your language skills is to talk to more people and practice giving your brain extra chances to perceive and absorb special patterns and laws of this language. Right now, you might be wondering if an enhancement drug makes sense, but how can I practice more effectively? When I was around 18, when I was decided to engage in what is referred to as you have 100 interaction challenges to help you develop your social abilities. No matter how in-depth the conversation gets with 100 people each month, interactions are awful. You may approach someone, say hello, and then go a distance, but that would still be considered as an interaction. Exchanges appeared to be brief and uncomplicated on the surface, but I finally discovered I started having deeper interactions, which really resulted in a ton of mental exercises, and I did notice a definite improvement in me. By the time the challenge was over, social skills had improved just a tiny bit. I'd want to leave you with some final advice for improving. To develop social skills while conversing with others, it's similar to watching movies. To learn how to read books can be helpful, but observing how others perform it can be quite helpful for learning the specifics. Even though they function, asking question is the quickest way to learn how to make a good conversation. At some point, you'll realize how to do things correctly. You'll definitely encounter a few embarrassing situations when you speak with more individuals. Exchanges, but soon you'll discover the patterns and guidelines that govern conversations. As you become more familiar with the culture, you'll discover what's hilarious and what's not. Just go out and practice speaking with grace so you may become more adept at balancing there and start conversing with more individuals. That is the trick. I advise you to begin with the earliest stages of the process of establishing acquaintances. I hope you guys enjoy this video. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my channel.